Singapore's dim sum scene is fiercely competitive. We're talking locals queuing 90 minutes for Har Gow, food court aunties hustling like F1 crews, and scorching your tongue on xiaolong bao as standard procedure. But the sheer number of options can baffle even the natives. So get ready for a rundown of Singapore's key dim sum categories, spanning the revered classics from your grandparents' era to the bizarre modern twists. Let's start with the heavyweights, the steamed dumplings. These are the dishes that make or break a restaurant's reputation. Mess up the Har Gow and you might as well close shop because Singaporeans will roast you faster than a bad Google review. Har Gow, the translucent shrimp dumpling with those fancy pleated edges, is basically the benchmark. If the skin is too thick, the restaurant failed. If the shrimp isn't plump, they failed. If it doesn't have at least 7 pleats, believe it or not, also failed. This dumpling is so sacred that judging a dim sum place by their Har Gow isn't just acceptable, it's mandatory. Then there's Siew, the open-faced pork and shrimp dumpling with that tiny cube of carrot or fish roe on top. It's simple, it's savory, it's perfect, and it's probably sitting in your basket right now. Siew is the reliable friend who always shows up, never disappoints, and somehow makes everything better. Teochew dumplings are the underrated heroes, clear-skinned and stuffed with pork or prawn, chives, jicama, sometimes mushrooms. It's crunchy, it's different, and it's the choice for people who want variety without getting too adventurous. And yes, xiaolong bao made it into the dim sum lineup, even though it's originally Shanghainese. But Singapore adopted it because we're obsessed with soup-in-a-bag technology. The rules are simple. Pick it up gently, dip it in vinegar, bite a small hole, suck out the soup, then eat the dumpling. Mess up the order, and you'll either burn your lap or look like an amateur. Moving on to baos, the soft, fluffy clouds that Singaporeans would probably fight wars over if it came down to it. Char siu bao is the undisputed king. BBQ pork in sweet, sticky glaze wrapped in pillowy white dough that should split open like a beautiful carb volcano. If it doesn't split, something went wrong in the kitchen and you should be concerned. Liu sha bao, the salted egg custard bun, is pure chaos wrapped in dough. Bite into it, and molten golden lava explodes everywhere, destroying your shirt, your dignity, and possibly your will to wear white ever again. But it's worth it every single time. Lotus paste buns and red bean buns are the old school classics, dessert disguised as breakfast. Your grandparents love these, and honestly, they're not wrong. Then came the modern era with piggy custard buns and all those cute animal-shaped creations. Do they taste different from regular custard buns? Not really. Do they sell like crazy because people need content for their Instagram stories? Absolutely. Now for the steamed savouries, the dishes that never get the spotlight but somehow end up on every table anyway. Chicken feet, or phoenix claws if you want to sound fancy, are braised and steamed until they're full of collagen and flavor. Singaporeans either love these things with a passion or immediately pass the basket to their uncle, who eats literally everything without asking questions. Pork ribs in black bean sauce come in tiny pieces that are 80% bone and 20% meat, but that 20% delivers maximum flavor. It's like a treasure hunt, except the treasure is a decent chunk of pork. Lo mai gai, the glutinous rice wrapped in lotus leaf with chicken, mushroom, and Chinese sausage, is basically a food coma in a package. Order this and you're signing up for a nap, whether you planned for it or not. Stuffed vegetables, usually eggplant, tofu, and bitter gourd filled with fish paste then drowned in savory soy sauce, are the dishes that look healthy but probably aren't. The sauce is so good, you'll want to drink it straight from the plate, but society says you shouldn't, so you won't. Probably. Here's where things get dangerous because this category will single-handedly double your calorie count and you won't even feel guilty about it. Wu Gok, the taro puff, is a masterpiece of engineering. Crispy outside, creamy taro inside, savory pork in the middle, and is structurally designed to crumble all over your table no matter how carefully you eat it. It's beautiful, it's delicious, and it's impossible to eat gracefully. Ham Swee Gok, the crescent-shaped dumpling, has a sweet glutinous outside with a savory inside. It's the duality of man in dumpling form, proving that dim sum chefs understand philosophy better than most people. Sesame prawn toast is soft prawn mousse on bread, deep fried, because bread wasn't unhealthy enough on its own. But once you taste it, all nutritional concerns disappear into the void where they belong. On the baked side, egg tarts reign supreme. Mini, glossy, flaky, and iconic. You can get Portuguese Macau style or Hong Kong style, and people have very strong opinions about which one is superior. Choose your side carefully because this debate gets heated. Char Siew, the BBQ pork puff, has flaky pastry that crumbles like a heartbreak and sweet pork filling that makes you forget about your problems. It's therapy in pastry form. Dim sum isn't complete without Cheong fun, those silky, slippery rice rolls that soak up soy sauce like it's their life purpose. Shrimp Cheong fun is the gold standard. Smooth rice sheets wrapped around fresh shrimp swimming in sweet soy sauce. Simple, elegant, perfect. Char Siu Cheong fun delivers maximum pork per square inch for people who believe more is always better. But the real chaos agent is jia liung, rice roll wrapped around a crispy fried dough stick. It's soft and crunchy at the same time, proving that dim sum chefs understand physics better than scientists. When restaurants want to pretend they care about your health, they bring out congee. Century egg and lean pork congee is creamy, comforting, and always comes with yu chow for dipping. Fish slice congee is for people who always claim they want something light, but still end up ordering 5 other dishes. Pan-fried carrot cake, or radish cake, if you want to be technically correct, is where Singapore's dim sum culture crashes into kopitiam culture. There's no carrot involved, it's made from radish, but Singaporeans still call it carrot cake and will fight anyone who tries to change the name. It's crispy, savory, and non-negotiable. Taro cake follows the same concept, but with taro. Water chestnut cake is translucent and chewy. Har Gow, the Malay steamed cake that has Cantonese origins, is fluffy brown sponge cake that tastes like childhood nostalgia. When you're too full to eat more but you still order dessert anyway, mango pudding with evaporated milk is the move. Osmanthus jelly is light and floral. Coconut jelly is cold and refreshing. These desserts exist to trick you into thinking you have room for more food. And then there's the roast meat station that almost every Singapore dim sum restaurant includes. Roast duck, char siu, roast pork belly, soy sauce chicken, basically the Avengers of Cantonese cuisine. Not technically dim sum, but absolutely essential. And everyone orders it anyway because rules are meant to be broken. So that's every major dim sum dish you'll find in Singapore, from the classics that have been around forever to the modern Instagram creations that make your uncle ask why food needs to be cute. Dim sum isn't just a meal, it's a weekend ritual, a cultural institution, and probably the only time Singaporeans willingly share food without keeping score. The dim sum landscape keeps evolving, new dishes pop up, old favorites get reinvented, and somewhere right now, there's probably a chef creating the next viral bun that'll have people queuing for hours. Whether you're hunting for the perfect Har Gow, the softest liu sha bao, or that one uncle who knows how to eat chicken feet properly, the Singapore dim sum scene has something for everyone. And judging by how things are going, this is just the beginning, because if there's one thing Singaporeans love more than complaining about queues, it's standing in those queues for really good food.